Yes, it said. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Please like the video on your way in. I feel like right. And as of right now, we're about to go ahead and discuss what causes a woman to be a pick me. Um, well, what causes a woman to be a Pickmeisha? And I have 5 things listed and that we are going to be talking about today. Um, and one of them is, and I will be showing videos of, women talking about the 5 topics too. Um, and so the first one, the first one is low self esteem. And I'm gonna have I'm gonna show videos of women of all races talking about that. Um, and so here's the first one, and here we go. Figure out if you are suffering from low self-esteem. Here we go. One of them is indecisiveness. Now let me break this down because when I mean this had me in a chokehold, this had me in a chokehold. Indecisiveness is literally just another way of saying that you need confirmation from other people to make the decisions that you need to make for yourself. If you always calling that homegirl because you can't figure out, I'm talking about always. I'm not saying that you can't vent. I'm talking about literally calling because you don't know what decision to make. And you always need somebody else to help you make a decision. Always, you may have a little bit of self-esteem issues. All it's saying is that you don't trust yourself enough to make an accurate decision for yourself. That goes for your mom and daddy too. Your mom and daddy should be making decisions for you after a certain age. I think you should know what's best for you at this point. Procrastination will be number 2. Let me tell you how this had me in a chokehold. Procrastination is another sign of low self-esteem. Most people don't get started because they feel inadequate. They feel like their idea is stupid. They feel like it won't work, and it will cause them to procrastinate. It will cause them to continue to push stuff back, right? I'm a recovering person from low self-esteem, and I'm talking about low. Okay, I'm talking about low. Because when you hear some of the stories, you're gonna judge me. That's fine. Got it. I'm gonna take my L's as it is what it is. But procrastination was one of the things that had me in a chokehold as well, because I would start and not finish. This is gonna be one, but both of them go together. Self-criticism and perfectionism, right? I believe that people who are perfectionists tend to self-critique themselves a lot more than people who don't, right? So that's why I said this number 3 is a little bit 2 in 1, but you get what I'm trying to say. Most perfectionists don't want to get anything wrong. They need everything, every I to be dotted, every T to be crossed. If they forget it, they start to critique themselves and beat themselves down on a regular basis. Listen, just because we can't hear it up here don't mean that it's not happening. So a lot of people who are perfectionists tend to be causing harm mentally to themselves because they are self-critiquing. That is a form of low self-esteem, because people who love themselves, they allow themselves grace. They allow themselves to get some stuff wrong. That's just come with the territory. Listen, two things I ask for you to do. If you want more videos like this, if you want to see stuff like this, if you want to see content like this, click the plus sign.
That was one of the videos, and I found another one. Hang on, let me. And here we go.
Physical that was hindering you from finding love or being pursued by your future husband, that you needed to lose the weight, that you needed to clear your skin, that you needed to grow your hair, get plastic surgery, whatever it is, to elevate your physical appearance and your beauty before you could really be worthy of the type of man that you desire. That's a lie from the pits of hell. I'm going to tell you, the biggest thing that you should be focusing on if you're a single woman who's desiring marriage and you feel delayed and stagnated in the marriage promise that God has given you, is inner healing. This is the time for you to focus on building yourself up. Your low self-esteem, your past traumas, your lack of confidence, the fact that you can't really ever assert boundaries, right? Your jealousy, your envy, like, let's get real with some of those things you don't want to admit to. It is the way that you feel about yourself that is emitting outwardly, and that is the version of that people are getting from you. The fact that we can't feel good enough or good about ourselves until we change something about us really shows that we need to be doing more inner work. It doesn't matter how much you glow up on the outside and what you change if you have not healed and addressed the root of why you can't accept yourself as you are, why you don't feel worthy, why you're afraid of abandonment or rejection, why you have trust issues, etc., etc. This is going to be what hinders you from receiving what God has for you. It is not your looks. It is not your beauty that is standing in the way. Sure, work on that, lose the weight if that's what you desire to do. But if you think that it's just a simple makeover that's going to change everything for you, you might be a little bit disappointed. I know that I would. Come to the How to Master Your Single Season and confidently step into your marriage promise masterclass. We're going to break it all the way down in there, sis. What's hindering you of your physical aesthetic?
That was another one. And so yeah, I played two videos. Um, explaining the hang on, everybody, right? Like I was saying, I played two videos from two black women who was explaining the low self-esteem part of the live stream, and right now I'm going to we're gonna go into the other part, which is self confidence. And this is for the women today. And this time I will be playing um video a video of a woman who is not black, who is talking about self confidence and everything. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play the video.
I want to talk about boundaries. I've started to do a little bit of self reflection as part of this journey, right? A lot of what I'm trying to do is not about weight loss. You're sweating. A lot of what I'm trying to do is not about weight loss. That's a part of this. My body image, health, that's all a part of this. But what I'm finding is a lot of my anxiety that comes from the weight loss, that comes from just internal feelings, is from an inability to set boundaries. I overcommit myself. I overanalyze. I overthink. How do I set appropriate boundaries with people in my personal life, with people in my professional life? How do I manage expectations when I feel myself struggling? I do feel like I put other people first. And I don't think that's just related to my husband and my kids, who I do put first, but I also put almost everybody else in front of me first. And I feel like whatever is a priority for them suddenly becomes a priority for me, and I keep falling to the wayside. And that's not how this should be. I was sitting at my desk a few minutes ago and I was starting to feel overwhelmed with everything on my to-do list. I haven't worked out yet. I didn't really eat a super healthy breakfast. I'm starting to feel very overwhelmed with everything that was piling up on me. And I didn't have an exact reason of why. And so I decided to come into my bedroom, take a quiet 5 minutes, recenter my thoughts, and kind of decide to calm down. I think that was the right thing to do. I think I'm struggling because I'm putting other people first. I'm putting other people's needs ahead of my own, and that's getting in my own way. And I don't think that's being selfish. I don't want to be rude to anybody. I don't want to dismiss anybody. But I also need to realize that part of this journey and part of what I'm trying to do is correct some mental health issues. And that's recognizing when I'm uncomfortable, when I'm stressed out, when I'm not okay, that I'm allowed to go take 5 minutes and get my thoughts together. Nobody is going to struggle if they have to wait 5 minutes to hear from me. I am not a brain surgeon. I am not saving lives. Waiting 5 minutes, even if it's my kids, even if it's my boss, waiting 5 minutes is okay. It is a reasonable request. We can ask for a minute to clear our heads. We can do that. And it's okay. It's okay. It's a hard lesson to learn, and one that I'm still struggling with. But I think it's something that a lot of us, especially moms, struggle with because we put everybody else first. I'm not saying to disregard what your kids need, to disregard supporting your family. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes. Clear your head. Don't respond to the text. Don't answer the phone call. Don't respond to the email. Just take your 5 minutes. And let's see if that helps. We can just try. We just try, and we just see what works for us.
Alright, so that was another woman who, you know, who was explaining, you know, self-healing and everything. And now we're about to get into a woman who is explaining um the self-confidence and everything else. And and here we go. And you know, And I'm going to say this. It seems like women who have low self-esteem and self-confidence always generate into a Pickmeisha, and they always generate towards the men who want to control them. And at the end of the day, I'll explain my thoughts after we finish with the live stream. I'm gonna go ahead and let the video play.
Can do right now to improve your confidence. This will literally get rid of social anxiety and skyrocket your career. By the way, I'm Margot. I'm a PhD candidate in business psychology, and I help women upgrade their identity so they can have the impact and income of their dreams. Number one, lower the tone of your voice. Let's say you're about to lead a presentation. You do not want to walk in being like, hi, oh my God, I'm so sorry I'm late. Speaking in a deeper tone psychologically makes people perceive you as more important. Number two, before you walk into any room or any situation, I want you to hype the fuck out of yourself. I'm talking affirmation rampages. Instead of thinking, oh, maybe I'm too underdressed, or I wonder if people will like me, and letting the insecurity spiral, you want to tell yourself, I command every room I walk in. My presence uplifts the whole energy of a room. People love being around me. Literally be your own hype girl. Number three, no self-deprecating humor. Doesn't make you come off more humble. It just simply lowers your value. So when somebody compliments you, simply say thank you. That means a lot to me. Or you just made my whole night. Receive that shit. Number four, be direct. Stop over explaining yourself. You need to set a boundary with a client, or you need to tell a friend no. You do not need to give context. You can literally just say, unfortunately, I'm not available. Number five, last but not least, stop apologizing for your very existence. If somebody runs into you at a grocery store, don't say, oh, sorry. Say, excuse me. Want to save the I'm sorries when we've genuinely made a mistake, not for physically existing in an aisle at a grocery store. If you enjoyed this video, binge watch my other content and
Dang, I think she explained self-confidence on the real. And then I came across another video, and it was talking about the self confidence and everything. But yeah, I'm gonna show you this video as well. It says no one tells you the truth about self confidence. Number one, walk with back straight always. People are most likely to be drawn to you when they see confidence, not insecurity. Okay, just because someone, and number two, just because someone seems perfect or pretty, it doesn't mean that they don't have their own problems, situations, or insecurities. Number three, instead of asking yourself why they don't like you or whether they do, ask yourself, why should you care? And number four, never wear anything that makes you feel insecure. Darn. Mhm. Those words are mm, those words cannot be any true, buddy. And sorry, I have to do something real quick. Um, but yeah, I got another video that is, you know, that is talking about self-confidence. And then after this video, we're going to move on to the next subject, which is fear of rejection. And then after that, we're going to go into not knowing what love feels like. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. Um,
Behind how I gained extreme confidence using neuroscience. In order to have extreme confidence, you need to believe in yourself, and that's easier said than done. But research shows that believing in ourselves actually helps us focus, increases productivity, and gets us closer to our goals. And so the first and maybe most obvious way to wire confidence and self-belief into your brain is to check the way you're talking to yourself. If you're not talking to yourself like you are your own best friend and biggest cheerleader, I would start. The second thing I did to wire my brain for confidence is mirror work and affirmations. Positive self-talk is hard. Practicing affirmations every single day actually helps rewire your brain to make it easier to talk to yourself kindly. Positive affirmations also activate the reward centers of the brain and increase dopamine. Practicing them in front of the mirror helps your brain associate the dopamine and the positive, kind words with the image of you, which boosts your self-confidence and will help self-image as well. If positive affirmations aren't for you, motivational videos on YouTube are great too. I used to do that as well. And last but certainly not least is to actually get outside your comfort zone and do things that you're not confident doing. Doing things that terrify me and then actually realizing that I could do it, huge confidence booster. This is a
and she's right about that too. But you know, building. Well, she was talking about building self confidence. You know, and at this moment, and then well, I'm gonna show y'all another. And now, well, we're getting out of the low self esteem and self confidence part of the live stream. Now we're going into the fear of rejection. And in this, I will show you 3 videos of women that is talking about this. And right now, I'm going to show you the first one. And then we can move on from there. Yeah, but this right here is a 5-part live stream. And then I'm gonna say my piece and end the live stream. But yeah, I want to thank everyone for coming today. Make sure to like the video, share the video, and you know, subscribe to the channel. But yeah, um, as of right now, we're gonna get into this next video. Come on, there we go.
And it's deeply rooted inside you, but you mask it as, oh, I just don't want to be seen. I don't want to post it on social media because I don't want to be seen, or I don't know, it's hard for me to communicate how I feel. No, it's not. It's none of those things. If you're someone who wants to post but uses the excuses like, oh, I don't want to be seen, or you're someone who really wants to effectively like communicate how they feel, it's just two examples of like how people mask fear of rejection. But like, when I discovered this, it completely just changed my entire mindset about like everything, bro. It's not the fact that you don't want to be seen. It's the fact that you have a fear of rejection of being seen by a mass group of people. Because 9 times out of 10, during your childhood, when you were your most authentic self and you showed up as your most authentic self, you were judged for it, or they told you to relax, you're doing a lot, or like, why are you so loud? Why are you this? Why are you that? You were judged for it. Okay, you were rejected for it. It's completely understandable. But now you're an adult. Okay, and for the people who are like, oh, I just can't communicate, it's hard for me to communicate how I feel, I don't like addressing conflict. You're an adult. It's not the fact that you don't like addressing conflict, you just don't like the idea of being potentially rejected for addressing the conflict, for communicating. Like I said, you're an adult. No one's coming to save you. If you want to start something, start. No one's telling you that you can't. The only person that's telling you that you can't do the things that you want to do is you. Because it's not mommy, it's not daddy, it's not the people that put these beliefs inside your head from a young age. It's your job now to rework that and unwire and reprogram your entire mind to live the way and think the way that you want to live. Time's going to go regardless whether or not you start or not, whether or not you keep living in the fear of rejection or not. And no one's coming to help you. Help yourself, break that program in your brain, and just live the life you want to live, dude. Like, you have fear of rejection.
And in every one of these videos, there is a message of overcoming fear of rejection. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show another one. And then we're going to the third part of this, which is not knowing what love feels like. And then we're going to go into believing that a man must validate you in, uh, in order to feel worthy. And then, we move on from there. But yeah, here's another one, and I'm be quiet and let her talk. But yeah.
To hack for overcoming the fear of rejection. This works whether you want to apply to that brand new job, launch a new product or service, or even get yourself a new boo. By the way, if you're new here, hi, I'm Margot. I'm a PhD candidate in business psychology, and I help women upgrade their identity so they can have the impact and income of their dreams. Because we're human beings wired towards survival, making any kind of bold move is going to trigger you and activate unconscious fears because we're wired to fit in, to belong with the tribe. Here's how you can override these primal instincts. This works best if you do it first thing in the morning. Before you begin your day, you're going to ask yourself this one question. How can I get more rejected today?
There's actually some deep psychology at play here. Because our brain is our servant, and we are the masters giving our brains commands, we're basically giving our minds a new assignment. The default brain, the survival brain, is telling us to avoid risk, avoid rejection at all costs. But when you flip the script and you tell your brain that you're actually going to start seeking it out, psychologically, you'll stop fearing it as much. When you stop making rejection some big, bad, scary thing, the power gets taken out of it, and then it stops becoming a part of your reality. So if you're watching this video right now, ask yourself, what is one thing you can do today to get rejected? Is it hitting that post on social media? Is it sharing with more people what it is that you actually do? Handing out that business card. Maybe it's finally pulling the trigger and pitching yourself for that brand new job position. Less you fear rejection, actually start embracing it, bigger you're going to swing in life. And the more you swing big, the more you get rewarded. Universe rewards the bold. Try this for 30 days and let me know how it goes. And if you want...
Dang, she was speaking facts among facts. And I agree with what she said. And now we're going to go into the last one, the very last one. And then we're going to but yeah, at the end of day, what the women are saying is they're not wrong in what they're saying. But yeah, I'm gonna hit this last. I'm gonna hit this last one. And here we go.
There's only one reason, in my opinion, as to why you're scared of rejection. And that one reason is because you don't know who you are as a female or a human being. When you dive deeper into who you are as a woman and your beliefs, you're not going to be scared to put yourself out there for rejection or to be vulnerable. I shared with y'all that I don't have a college degree. Now, before I figured out who I was as a woman, I used to let that get me down. I used to let people tell me who I was and that I wasn't smart enough because I didn't have a college degree and that I wasn't going to go anywhere. Now, typically people telling me that I can't do something drives me to actually show them that I can. So I ended up going back to school for cardiac rhythm management and electrophysiology, and I got a job at one of the best hospitals in Boston. After 3 years of working there, I've done so much work on myself that I now believe I'm worthy of more than even that job was paying me. I'm worthy of being paid millions and millions of dollars a year because I've done so much work on who I am as a woman and changing the way that I see myself. And I'm not scared to put myself out there for rejection or being vulnerable because I know that I'm always learning from something. And so if you're scared of rejection and putting yourself out there or telling someone you love them or applying for a job that maybe you don't have any experience in, push yourself through that rejection and start to learn about yourself so that when someone tells you no, you're not going to be turned down from it because you know who you are as a person. When you genuinely begin to believe that you're worthy of a good job, that you're worthy of making $500,000 a year, that you're worthy of a relationship where you're treated like a queen, and you do that work that it requires, when someone rejects you, you're not going to look at it as rejection. You're going to say, okay, I learned from this experience and I'm going to move forward. And how can I apply what I just learned to this specific experience? People reject me on a daily basis, whether that's in love, which not as much, or, right now I'm an affiliate on TikTok and people reject me all the time. And I know that that's part of the game. It's part of everything because when you put yourself out there, you're risking being vulnerable and being rejected, and that's okay. But the way that you cope with it in a more meaningful manner is you learn who you are so you don't take it personally. I love you. I hope this helps. If you need help with this specific topic, always reach out to me for coaching, and I'll talk to you soon. There's only one reason, in my opinion, as to why you're scared of rejection.
And this is and I would say this is this is why now, I'm going to say that at the end of the day, the women who was talking about this, they at the end of the day, they are speaking facts. And now we're going to get into the fourth, I mean, now the third topic of discussion in this live stream, and that is not knowing what love feels like. And it needs to be said because the whole red pill nonsense has gotten out of control. Is that the women don't know, is that the women who fall for the red pill stuff doesn't know what love is. And as of right now, I'm on this topic. I got 4 videos, and I'm gonna let the women in the videos talk, and then I'm gonna say my piece after this. And then we're gonna go into the fourth topic, and there are at least 4 videos on that one, and the last one, is going. There are going to be 5 videos on that one too. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play the video. I found myself asking God that here we go. I found myself asking God to teach me how to love. This whole time I thought it was me getting love wrong, but I come to realize it was also me loving wrong all along. I thought I know how to love. In fact, I thought I was the perfect definition of it. Up until it's time to be selective on who I fall in love with. How come I don't know how to identify real love if I knew how to love? How come I don't attract real love if that's the case? How come I don't accept it if it was staring at me in my face? How come sometimes I treat love like a game of chess when I feel played? How come sometimes I feel like I'm ashamed to love if I knew how to love? If I knew how to love, wouldn't I be in love? Wouldn't I love myself? Wouldn't I love myself more than anybody else? If I knew how to love, why didn't love win? Why did I always feel like I was missing something? The people who hurt me, I gotta learn to forgive them. If I knew how to love, why did I love him? Somebody who doesn't deserve me. That's not what love is supposed to be. Loving the wrong people, I sacrifice me. That's why I need God to show me. Show me how to love. Teach me. Heal me. No matter how bad it hurt, everything is beautiful when you look at it with love. All love is beautiful because it was sent from above. I don't want to run away from love. I want to learn how to love. If you are fearful of love, I just released the ebook. It's called Healing from a Broken Heart. It teaches you how to let go of the people who hurt you, move forward so you can move on. It's on a $10 sale right now, along with my other healing ebooks, audiobooks, link in my phone. And that is one. And now Here's another one. Everything. And here we go.
We just admit that love is getting a bad rap. And here's what I mean. I hear people say, but I love him, but she loves me, right? And then when I get into the details of what is actually happening, what is being experienced in that relationship, doesn't really look like love. Someone told me recently, Sandria, I don't come from a family of love. And so I'm out here navigating relationships, and I honestly don't even know what I'm looking for because I don't know what love is. And, you know, that sounds really sad, and it is. It's a painful existence to not really have experienced love. But to have that kind of awareness is exactly what you need to start to change your life. And what I'm going to offer today is a little bit of cognitive restructuring. When you start to heal from trauma, it's twofold. One is somatic, which means body. So when you hear people talking about the deep breathing and the holding on to ice and going for walks and exercise and getting rest and eating nutritious foods, you're really preparing your body for trust and calm and safety and getting to know what that feels like in your body. But there's another side to this, and it's around how we think, and that is cognitive restructuring. We're looking at how we think about things, how we view things, how we understand things. And if we have never known love or what someone told us love is, but it came with lots of pain, we need to switch that. We need to restructure what love looks like. And here's a way to do that. First, we're going to replace the word love, okay? Instead of saying, I love this person, or this person loves me, try, this person is kind to me. I feel safe with this person. I am a safe person. Another word is, I get to be myself. I feel silly. I feel free. I have space for other people to be silly and free. Some other words, I feel seen and I belong in this group of people, in this family, in this friendship, in this relationship. There's emotional availability. I have space for what someone I care about is going through, and when I'm down and out, they have space for me. Another one, genuine interest is shown. I feel inspired and motivated. When I'm with this person and when I leave their presence, I feel amazing. Instead of saying I love them, try replacing that word love with some of these other descriptors, okay? Now, love is not. You can also replace love with these descriptors as well. I feel threatened when I'm with this person. Is that love? I feel embarrassed and humiliated when I'm with this person, or when I'm not with them, in the way that they behave in the world, as it reflects on me as their partner, as their friend, as their child. Humiliated, embarrassed. Is that love? Is that what you want to experience when you're in the presence of someone that you have an intimate relationship with? When I say intimate, I mean close connection. I feel left out. They have this whole world that I'm not allowed to be a part of. I feel scared and vulnerable and insecure when I'm with this person. Maybe I'm the person that creates embarrassment and humiliation. Maybe I leave them out. I have a world over here that they're not allowed to be a part of. Is that love? Whenever I'm with them, I have to armor up. I have to pull myself together. I have to be perfect, or I have to get ready for some deep emotional blows and how they talk to me. There's violence here. Is that love? Give it a try. Toss out the word love and replace it with some other descriptors. Describe your relationship. Describe what you experience with these people that you say you love or that say they love you. Does it fit? And just because we feel a deep connection or drawn to people or addicted to. It hurts when I don't have them. Doesn't mean it's love. It could be some other things. A really good trauma therapist like myself or the many that are doing this work can help you walk through that. But a really quick and easy way to kind of take a look at what you're experiencing is to throw out the word love and put in these other descriptors and see where you pan out from there. Okay? Can we just admit that love is getting a bad rap? And here's what I mean.
So those first two, now the first one is talking about self-love and everything. And I do believe that self-love is legitimately important. And also, having self-love, well, and where you set your boundaries and everything, it will eventually stop a man who listens to the red pill from taking advantage of you. In fact, you might ignore them full stop. But yeah, I'm going to get into the third one, and then we're going to get to the final video of the not knowing what love feels like part of the live stream. And then we're going to get into we're going to get into the fourth topic, and that is believing that a man must validate you in order to feel worthy. We're going to do that. And after that will be the final topic of this discussion, not having adequate models or experience of true love. But yeah, we're going to get into the third video. Then we're going to get into the fourth one. And about this about and the lady in the first video, and she was speaking truth to power, and so was the second lady with it in the second video. Now we're going to see the third video and the fourth one, and that'll be it for this topic. And then, in the belief of that man must validate you in order to feel worthy. There are three videos that I want to show, and afterwards, the last topic will just have two of them, and that's about it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show the final two on this one.
Freaking quote. You do not know what love is until you have cried over what you thought love was. This freaking quote.
And she is also right as well. But yeah, anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and And I'm gonna show the fourth video about this topic, and then we're going into the fourth one. Well, into the fourth topic, I should say. But yeah, here we go.
Love someone. It's an active choice. Loving someone isn't really the feeling. And then it dawned on me also that saying you can't love other people if you don't love yourself, like I really struggled with that for a long time. And then I realized how true that is, because love is not the feeling. The feeling is infatuation. The feeling is excitement. The feeling is being enthralled. The feeling is being captivated. Those are some of the feelings that make up love. But love is the choice. Love is the verb. Love is not the emotion we attach to it. When you love someone, you're agreeing to choose them. You're agreeing to show up to and for them, even when it's difficult, even when you don't want to. And if you can't do that for yourself, you are not going to want to do that for other people. If you can't look at yourself and say, I want better for you, and so I'm going to choose better for you, if you can't love yourself actively, it is going to be incredibly difficult to do that for other people. I would even say impossible. That when you love someone, it's an act.
Yeah, yeah, that's and that was it for, that topic right there. Um, and I would say as of right now, um, I feel, on that topic, I feel, I feel sympathy, towards towards the women who don't know what love is, who falls for the manosphere trap and everything. And to the women that may be looking at this video, I want y'all to think for yourselves. If the person you love is being violent towards you, is that really love? If your partner is putting you down in several different ways, is that really love? And that's all I have to say about the third topic. And now we're hitting straight into the fourth topic, which is believing that a man must validate you in order to feel worthy. And 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 I've seen this play out for for years since the red pill came in and everything else. Need a man in order to feel validated. And that is also a part of the what causes a woman to be a Pickmeisha. Um, the topic of today, and the thing of is that you do have women out here who feel like they need a man in order to feel validated and all that stuff. But yeah, I have like three videos, talking about this. And again, I'm going to say this. Hearing the women, hearing the women talk about this, hearing the women, within the video talk about these things, it makes things more clear to me that the Pickmeishas, they really don't have any self-esteem. They really don't. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play the three videos that I found. And here's the first one.
Validation from a man is seeking attention from a man that was not earned. I'll repeat that. A man should automatically see you and think, wow, that's a beautiful woman. You should not have to seek it out. It should be just like a child when your aunt, your uncle, your cousin, strangers in the grocery store, oh my God, she's so cute. You should have the same reaction as that child. I know, but don't say it out loud. Just think it. Like, it shouldn't faze you. The child does not get extra excited and want to go home or talk to this person for several hours or, pay for their meal because they said the child was cute. It's something that they already know within. Why? Because one, they've heard it so many times before, and two, they agree. It's only those who don't believe or agree or don't hear it very often that continue to seek the validation. Okay? So that must mean you're not leveled up enough. So keep leveling up. The more you level up, the less validation you will seek. People seek validation when they don't feel they deserve it. So keep on going. Look.
Darn. And I would say she's right about that too. And next we're going to look at another one. And this one right here is again, and I'm going to say this and then I'm going to play the video. Again, these videos are important because it lets you see, that you were being tricked this whole time by those manosphere men. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play the video.
Validation and reassurance in a relationship is absolutely fine from time to time. But if you find that you need constant reassurance and outside validation from a person, You need to be single. You need to be by yourself and you need to build up your self-esteem and your self-confidence. You put too much responsibility on another person to make you happy internally. You need to be happy, period. Validation is like the cherry on top of something you already know. Like, I already know I look good. I already know I'm smart. I already know I got everything going for myself. I just need to make sure you know that too. Val-
Dang. And what she said is also true as well to the women out there who need outside validation, meaning you crave the validation from a man. Listen to the words that she said. Listen to it. And then we're going to get to the final video of this topic right here. And then we're going to move on to the final, I would say the final topic of the what causes a woman to be a Pickmeisha live stream. And here we go. Wait.
With this and how we can stop the epidemic. From my personal experience, a lot of that craving of validation also came along with drinking for me because drinking would always detach me from myself. And I used to think, and I think so many people think, like, oh my gosh, when I drink, I just become the life of the party. It becomes so much more fun. Somehow made me more special, when in reality, all it did was detach me from my true essence, my true soul, my true light. At your core, you know that you deserve love without external approval. But what drinking does is it quiets that voice. Why so many of us are very disconnected. Like, it's not a coincidence that so many of us are trapped in the cycle of wake up, go to work, drink, go to sleep, repeat. It's a cycle that keeps us small. It's a cycle that keeps us from living our dreams and listening to our truth and to our voice. It keeps us from our fullest potential. And when I would drink, that is when the validation would really come out. It was like I was begging somebody to see me or understand me because I wasn't taking the time to do that to myself. And my inner knowing, my inner voice, my light could feel that. It could feel myself being drowned in the substance. Like, hey, please, like, see me. I love you just the way you are. Like, you don't need to drink and party and like be with these men who don't care about you. Like, you're enough, you know? Taking a step away from drinking, being sober, taking a step away from no longer seeking validation from men, being celibate has been the most liberating experience. So I just say all of this to maybe help somebody who's going through a time like this as well, and maybe save you a few years of trauma and self-discovery. We all have to make mistakes, but hopefully this helps somebody out there who is feeling a disconnect from themselves. I highly, highly, highly encourage you to take some time to be celibate, be sober, and connect deeply with yourself, because it will only improve your quality of life tenfold.
But yeah, and again, she's also right at the end of the day. But yeah, as of right now, we're going to the last topic of this video. And the last topic of this video, of this live stream of what causes a woman to be a Pickmeisha is not having adequate model or experience and of true love. That's the last one. That would be the very last one for tonight. You know, um, and afterwards, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end the live stream. Um, yeah, but like but yeah, I'm go ahead and like I said, there are 2 videos on this topic, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and explain the video. What was in those 2 videos again? Well, I'm gonna explain what was in the videos as it continues. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and be quiet and let the video play.
Here's a vulnerable moment. So I've never experienced being in a relationship with.
Hang on.
Here's a vulnerable moment. So I've never experienced being in a relationship with someone that was faithful to me, to the relationship.
I'm sorry, everyone. The video keeps acting up for some reason. Okay.
Experience being in a relationship with someone that was faithful to me, to the relationship. Never. Not one time. There was always someone that I felt like I was competing with. And no, it wasn't my mind. It wasn't me being paranoid. It wasn't, looking for stuff and finding stuff. People say if you look for stuff, you'll find it. And it wasn't that. It really was that I was involved in a relationship that I thought were a committed relationship. But the problem is that I was the only one committed to the relationship. And so from the time I know myself to now, 43 years old, I have never, not one time, been in a relationship with someone that was faithful. That was hard to say. That was really hard. But I know that some of you can relate. And that's why I'm doing
this. I'm holding out at this point in my life for the best of what I know that I deserve. I'm holding out. I'm holding out because one day it's going to be beautiful. I wouldn't have to worry about who you're talking to and what you're doing and, all that stuff. And I have the same hope for you. It's a really sad place and a really sad thing to say. And it just hit me as I was laying here. I've never experienced true commitment. But one day, that's it. Here's a vulnerable moment. So I've never.
Okay, so she's been in a relationship where the man wasn't committed, and you know, it actually, and what happened is that she didn't experience real, genuine, love and everything else. But that also ties in to what the topic is. The thing is that she was a pick me, but she didn't realize it. She didn't realize it until, she really started thinking. And I'm happy that she is no longer a pick me. But if she when she gets in another relationship, she gonna have to drop that pick me stuff. She gonna have to drop it all. She gonna have to drop all that, because I believe when she got into that relationship, she was she was all about, oh, he loved me, and that, this, that, and the third, which is what every woman says until, what I would say every woman who is a Pickmeisha says, until the man goes ahead and starts abusing her verbally, physically, and emotionally. And this last one is is once again a woman who is you can say that, she didn't experience genuine love as well. Yeah, but the videos I showed today of black women and non-black women's, in all these videos, is saying things about the topics today. Those are actually true, whether the men want to believe it or not. That is how they feel. And not only that, but being a pick Misha, and I want the women to have a understanding. Being a pick Misha is not good. is not a good thing. Because if if you if you are in a relationship and somehow you want somehow the person that you love happens to be toxic, what happens the moment he tries to take your life? That's the thing that these pick-me's or pick-meishas do not understand or don't want to understand, because their self-esteem is so low into the ground that you can tell that they are not themselves. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the last one, and then I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream.
Is true love. Well, actually, let me take a step back. I don't believe in the type of love that's been shoved down our throats since childhood. One of the most common things I hear women say after breaking up with their boyfriends is the spark just wasn't there anymore. Or I feel like we just grew apart. But what is the spark? And why did you allow yourselves to grow apart when you could have grown together? We have been raised to romanticize everything. And we've also been raised in a time of unlimited choices. And both of those combine into a bad cocktail of unrealistic expectations. And guess what? There probably isn't going to be an orchestra playing in the background when you realize you love somebody. And as your relationship becomes more predictable and there are less rocks to turn over, it's not going to be nearly as exciting as it was in the beginning. And you know what else? You can actually decide to grow with your partner rather than on your own. You can both pick a spot and aim for it together. And when you find that shared goal, nothing can stop you from building the strongest relationship imaginable in pursuit of it. That's what love is. It's finding someone you're passionate about and finding happiness in true partnership rather than a fiery, dopamine-fueled romance. There is no such thing as
And
true love. Well, actually, let me take a step back. I don't believe in the type of love that's
that is a woman, that is, that is, insane. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm also like I'm gonna I'm gonna show I'm gonna show this one more video, and at the end of it,
person who's been traumatized.
I would say at the end of the day, there are women out there who do not have an adequate model or experience of true love. Because think about during the black femicide stuff, when you see a black woman that has been unalived by her abusive partner, you have to think about this. They did not see a model or experience of true love. And that's the problem. The red pill has made toxic love feel like it's real love. That's the issue. And I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let another woman talk about this. And yeah.
been traumatized wants nothing more than love. But because it's so unfamiliar to them, when they get it, they're suspicious of it and they reject it and they test it and they punish the person who's trying to love them unless they meet somebody who's bad for them. When they meet somebody who's bad for them and is also abusive and is also neglectful, this feels familiar. I know how to navigate this person. I'm going to love you with all my heart. But somebody who's consistent, caring, and loving, what's wrong with you? Why are you loving me? This can't be real. Let me test you. Let me swear at you. Let me shout at you. Let me pretend to break up with you. Let me test you. But you, the abusive, neglectful, narcissistic kind of partner, you're exactly what the doctor ordered. I know exactly what to do with you, so I'm going to love you endlessly. The person who's been
I mean, and she wasn't wrong in what she said, but she left out the common denominator, which is the red pill. Red pill men have made toxic love feel like real love. And therefore, when a man who is showing genuine love comes forward and tells the woman that he loves her, all of a sudden, yeah, she may be skeptical about that. And again, it's because the red pill men have made toxic love popular. That's the thing about and the main question is how do we how do we get women away from the red pill guys? How do we tell them the red pill men do not love them? How do we tell them that? It starts with breaking the cycle. It starts I'm going to say it starts with discussing topics like what causes a woman to be a Pickmeisha. And it also starts with discussing the effects of being a Pickmeisha. And then at the end of the month, at, I was at the end of the month, that that is where we talk about getting the women out of being a Pickmeisha. Because the black women who are losing their lives within the community or to anyone that is abusive, that has to end. And it starts with ending the cycle of the Pickmeisha. It ends with that because the common denominator, the root cause of it is the pick me. And there are mothers who are pick me's as well. And let's be real here. There are mothers who are pick me's that will put their abusive husbands over the children. Yeah, and at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, The way that we can also stop black femicide is stopping the error of Pickmeisha, of the Pickmeisha. That is how we stop. And I am grateful that the women who are calling out the Pickmeishas and the women who are discussing the things that are happening within the community when it comes to black women and girls, and when it also comes to the when it comes to the black femicide of things. I am happy that they are talking about. But ladies, the root to every problem is the Pick-Misha syndrome. That is the cause of everything. But yeah, I was looking through my email today, and somebody sent me a someone sent me a video, and it's it's from a dude named it's from a dude named the J named J E's. And he's on TikTok and everything. And I just want to end this live stream on a high note. Because at the end of the day, it also needs to be said, you know. Well, I just want to end this live stream off with a happy, ending and everything. But he talks about a woman who invented, you know, invented the social media live streams. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play his video. Let's see, go to the email. There we go. But yeah, again, I want to thank y'all for coming. Please like, share. Again, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and make sure you're notified whenever I go live. I'm Alexander Brandon. Love, peace, and happiness. And I'll see you all next time. Peace. Now, the people who couldn't hear what he was saying, he said he's talking about Jennifer, he's talking about a woman named Jennifer Ringley. And back in 1996, Jennifer, was the one who she started up a webcam in her own dorm room. She was in college when she did that. And she was a junior. So when they say that women didn't build nothing, that is a flat out lie. Because tell you the truth, there wouldn't be doing no live streams if it wasn't for Jennifer Ringley. There wouldn't be. I got no. All right, let's see. I guess people wasn't able to hear the one that I was playing, but yeah. Okay, we can try that. And then I will end the live stream with music. So okay. Let me see if I can. Yeah. Posted that about an hour ago. So I did some shit. Damn, this time. I'm trying to solve the job. While I'm trying, I was doing that 60 to 65 miles per hour. Okay, physically, mentally, I'm numb. That concerns me. I really got to figure some shit out. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that video. Again, on a high note, well, I will be ending live streams with videos and such as this. But yeah, again, I want to thank everyone for coming. And I hope y'all have a good day.